verbalizing, sending a love letter, sending words of appreciation to someone who has deeply uplifted you or been a shining mirror to you, who has reminded you of your own qualities, your own values. That is such an amazing practice. It happened for me when I woke up one morning and looked in my Kindle to reread some words by an author that I adore. Her name is Donna Markova. She's written 20 books and she wrote a poem that went viral. And in this poem, she says, I will not die an unlived life. I just am so touched by the meaning of that. And I often review the highlights that I make in my Kindle in her books. And I realized that she will never know unless I tell her how much she's meant to me. She's kind of a private person, so I'd never seen an interview by her or had any idea what she looked like. But I found an interview on YouTube. And in this interview, she mentioned that she was giving out her real email. So I was amazed that here's a stepping stone that I could take to reach out to her. So I sat down and composed a love letter to Donna Markova. And I didn't know if she would answer it or even really pay any attention to it. The wonderful thing was that she was touched by it. She sensed my sincerity and she wrote right back to me, which led to a very lively correspondence. And I found out that she lived in Maui, and I just happened to be going to visit Maui at the invitation of a wonderful friend. And I asked if I might bring her some flowers, and she was very warmly receptive to the idea. And she now calls me her fairy god sister, which is a tremendous blessing to me. And this would never have happened if I hadn't reached out. So I'm really drawn to encourage people to express their appreciation to people who may be deeply touched, may be reminded of their value in the world. So I started something called loveletters.love. This is a domain, and I want it to become a global movement where people will reach out and share their appreciation for other people in writing. And I want this to go global. And one thing that happened recently is that I was sharing this particular passion when I was speaking to a large group of people on Zoom. And one of the people wrote to me and said that he was teaching a class at something called homeboys.org. Homeboys is a highly respected national organization that works toward the rehabilitation of gang members back into society. And so he was giving a talk and telling the class about loveletters.love and gave them the assignment of asking them who they would write to, who would they express their appreciation to. And I was thrilled to hear that some of the people he gave the assignment to really were impacted by the idea and followed through. So, and then something happened which was truly amazing and very timely, was that there's an editor, a professor at Stanford for the New York Times, wrote an article about how important it is to write love letters or thank you notes, he referred to, even though they may be years late. And I love that there's this kind of a synergy and a launching of the movement. I mean, it's like there's breadcrumbs that I'm following in order to bring this practice more into the world and encourage people to write love letters.